Alrighty, so today we are on Gon's account, and you know what that means. That means we have 17.5 million box CC to play around with. He's getting dangerously close to 18 million. I guess with an update like this where they release 3 new characters, it's kind of inevitable that you're going to shoot up quite a bit. But hey, we have 6/6 of all 3 of the collab characters. I'm probably not going to worry about showcasing Viol on his account because honestly he's just a PvE character anyway. His ult doesn't really matter in a lot of scenarios, and he's got the same passive whether he's 1/6 or 6/6. So we do have a 6/6 Yuri here. We're going to be messing around with the human team for a game, or for a set of matches, and then we will probably do a Zahard showcase as well after this one. Should be out later today if you're watching this as of the time it comes out. But yeah, feel free to check that out. We obviously already know what the character does. I'm going to make sure that I'm using the exact same team that I was using in my free-to-play-ish sort of showcase, the one where we didn't have any cosmetics. Obviously, I'm not free-to-play. Just know I'm saying it like that because I didn't buy any of her cosmetics. But should be a fun time. He has insane CC. I do have Escanor still. Escanor is the only character on the team that is rocking an attack crit damage set. So the rest of them are on HP defense, but you can see 417 is a bit excessive. I'll be honest with you. We do get double AoE here, which is kind of nice. I'm tempted to just go ahead and throw that out. Maybe we'll hit him with the bonk a little bit. Might have been a better idea to just hit Estarossa with this, but I kind of want to try to get some damage out on Melee before he ends up getting a whole lot of defense-related stats, because that was the biggest problem that I noticed when we did our initial showcase, was that Bon is putting on way too many debuffs, and it is really easy for Melee to get all creation. You won't be able to get Yuri's passive with the whole AoE seal thing off as consistently. It's just really hard to pull off, because if he has even one orb in his ultimate, or in his you know, buffs or debuffs, then he is he's going to be able to cleanse it off, because as soon as I attack with anybody, he gets 3 orbs, because it puts on a bond stack on everybody. So let's go ahead and combo. I have kind of screwed myself a little bit with the whatchamacallit, the Demon King here, so we'll go ahead and try to kill Melee off here. I don't think we're going to have any issues. Nice, 172. That is with HP defense, so not the worst. I don't know if we're going to be able to crit here or not. Okay, 1 crit. Yeah, I was kind of expecting as much. I didn't think that the buff removal there was going to be really worth going for, but he does have stats pop now. He does have minus 30% damage dealt because of the rose stacks that we have on, and you know, Gon does have his whole team True Awakened, which is cool. Even Yuri, which is a new character, so that's kind of, you know, crazy. But it's funny because it's not out yet, but I think on Sunday I have a video coming out where I finally True Awakened a character, so you'll get to see who that is. But I now have 1 unit, whereas he has like 20 plus units, so makes sense to me. I'm in a bad spot again. I can seal Estarossa, actually, so I'm not in like the worst position ever, but I think it would almost be better to just go ahead and try to kill him off if possible, because we'll get rid of the stacks. We'll also eliminate one of the card uses that he has per turn. Obviously, we're going to be going up against, you know, bots and stuff like that because we're already in Challenger. There's potential we could, like, maybe find some real players, but Gon does play a lot of top 100 and stuff, even when there's not a season going on. So most of the time he's already in Challenger, because normally if you're in Challenger it resets you back to Champ 1, but I think if you participate in top 100 it just keeps you in Challenger, so not much you can do there. And considering you can't drop out of the rank once you reach Challenger, not really much we can do there. So we can AoE seal him. I'm tempted to just try to kill the Cusack here, so that way he can only use 1 card per turn, and he'll have to hit me with a single target. So maybe we do that. I guess it just depends on how much damage this Escanor card does, which, yeah, good stacks, good crit, nice. We now have Yuri's ultimate, which is good. I kind of want to test this out anyway. I'm not the biggest fan of her ultimate, I'll be honest. It's kind of alright. It's not the greatest ultimate I've ever seen. I do really like cleave cards, but I don't know, mine's 1/6. Maybe this will actually do some impressive damage, and I'll be a little bit impressed by it. We'll see. So, here it is, 6/6 ultimate. I'm glad we at least get to see it. Yeah, see, 390 on a single target ultimate is a bit low, considering that, like, you know, a lot of characters nowadays either have, like, an AoE ultimate that'll wipe the entire team, which, I mean, 390... There's not a lot of characters that are going to have that much HP regardless, so you're probably going to one-shot anyway. But I don't know. So a lot of the single-target ultimates, maybe I'm thinking too much about LR Escanor, but a lot of single-target ultimates do like closer to like 1,000,000 damage. Alrighty, we have another demon team here. Surprise, surprise. I do think that this is probably the most meta team. Like, I just don't think that there's any real debating it. Maybe we just try to get rid of Demon King turn 1. I really like throwing out the Yuri stack because it helps put the damage reduction on, or like not damage reduction, but they don't deal as much damage, so I guess you could call it damage reduction. But it's just kind of nice to throw that out, sort of get her passive and everything sort of rolling. Because now I don't have any. Well, I guess when they attack us, we also get stats too, but it's not like if they use an AOE, they get 3 stacks. So is he using 2 or 3 cards here? Because, like, for each card that he uses, he's going to gain 1 stack of rose. So, I think he is... Oh, okay. Maybe he merged? I thought he was double attacking there. He had more ultimate move gauge than I thought. So, he does only have 1 stack on. Like I said, it's very unfortunate with Bon on the team, because he's going to cleanse regardless. But let's just go for, like, a full Escanor sweep here, because Escanor is probably going to do the best damage if he crits, which I do have some decent ignites here, so he's getting a lot of debuffs put on him. But level 1, okay, no crit, but with all of those ignites on, that was what, 6 ignites, because it was 2 level 2s. It's kind of a lot, actually. So works for me. We get Escanor's ultimate here, so he can't even be debuffed. Bots, for some reason, just love attacking the same character, so I guess it really doesn't matter. Can't quite kill me even with encroachment because Cusack is maybe not the craziest character you've ever seen. I guess just as like a just so you get to see it kind of thing, we'll do this, and then I'll throw that out. Like I do really like that about Yuri. I think that that's super cool. The fact that she has an AoE seal is really unique. I loved when they added Halloween Merlin, and they were like, oh, she has an AoE seal card, which is really, really cool. And the fact that it works on ultimates is awesome, because a lot of characters, like, it's devastating whenever they get their AoE ultimate, and it doesn't matter if you did good or not, they're just going to wipe you with it. So the fact that you can literally just have, you know, if they've attacked you too many times, or you've attacked them quite a bit, you could just seal them. And then you're good to go. So, you know, you can just, as they keep stacks on, basically, like, you're going to keep renewing these stacks so much that it's not even going to be a question on whether or not they have full stacks most of the time, I would assume. So, being able to just seal this ultimate, basically, as much as I want, is pretty crazy. Like, you know, no ult for you. I mean, obviously, if it's a single target and everything, it doesn't work quite as well against, like, human teams, for example. If you go up against a human team and you try to seal them, you know, or, like, even the Sins team, when I go up against them sometimes, you use the AoE seal. Bon is like, okay, like, who cares? So, I mean, you know, it's got its downsides a little bit because it's just AoEs, but it's still very cool. Alrighty, we have a Sins team, which is good. I like the Sins team more, if I'm being honest. Like to face, personally, because I think it's maybe a bit easier to face. We are going to still put on a lot of debuffs and everything, so I think it might be better to try and break the shield and then remove his attack-related stats, because he's going to cleanse regardless unless we just absolutely kill, which killing through that shield can be a bit tough, you know, turn 1, because, you know, not only is Melee full health and he's quite tanky without his defense-related stats, but turn 1, I don't have anything built up, so really tough to kind of pull that off. So, he still has his Mark of Concentration on, which is nice, so we could potentially get more crits off of these cards, which I don't know if that's going to be the best plan or not. I do think that if you go up against a human team like this, killing Escanor off is by far, I think, your best bet, because Escanor is going to do so much damage. Bon has to kind of rely on a combo regardless, so it can be a bit tough in that regard. We have a really good merge here, and we'll get our ultimate, which means that we'll get debuff immunity anyway, so I think we'll just go for this play right here. Even though Bon is disabled and he does have Tarmiel Link on, I guess the biggest issue is this probably... Okay, I was going to say probably doesn't kill, but it did. If that didn't kill, he was going to get all creation there, and more than likely a good single target would have still been able to kill me. We do have type advantage on him, but... it's not like Melee needs to put debuffs on the enemies to deal more damage, you know? So it's just basically about him having all creation, and then he deals big damage. So I think he would have been able to kill Escanor pretty easily there, so it's lucky that we were able to crit and kill. So that is nice, and he did have 3 stacks on, so that's a lot of defense related, so works out there. At this point, you know, King has his ultimate. We can hit an AoE here. We can... break this shield and then kill off the Bond, because at this point we're going to seal his AoE, seal his Pierce card. He can ult removal us, but you know, who really cares? He didn't ult removal me during the turn that counted because it's a bot, obviously, but you know, easy kill on Bond here. Actually only 603. That might be putting in perspective how decent her ultimate might actually be, because his ultimate's insane. Bon obviously has a lot of damage reduction. That was with a crit too, that it was 600k. Because I mean, last game we got a crit for, what was it, like 2 million or something like that. It was a pretty big number. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not giving her ultimate the credit it deserves. So, boom, there is King gone. We will crit chance lower her, and then potentially, if we get the right cards, we could do something with that. Unfortunately, he did stun me there, so I could have sealed her ultimate, or her whatchamacallit, her AoE cards, which is honestly. Fighting against Merlins, fighting against Blue Kings could be fantastic. I mean, Blue King is a lot squishier than Merlin is, for example, so it'd probably be easier just to go ahead and kill him outright. But you do have the option to just AoE seal. The character literally can't do anything because both of those characters are AoE only. Like, both skills are AoE, both ultimates are AoE. Like, it doesn't matter what card you get in hand unless you have a way to cleanse that debuff off. You're literally screwed, so... yeah, I don't know. It's pretty helpful, I think, for the most part. Let me buy a couple more tickets. We'll hop back in. Just as a side note, really quickly, when you open up the coin shop on Gon's account, it's so big it doesn't even fit in the border because of all these coins. If you didn't see the account showcase, the more updated account showcase that we did it a couple of weeks ago. We showed off like his inventory and everything. Feel free to go check that out, because honestly, it was very eye-opening, I would say. It is it's quite insane what he has on this thing. So let's cue back in. Alrighty, okay, so we have a Bond and a King team again. So we have the Sin set up, which is fine, I think. Doesn't have Tarmiel Link on this time, so I think what we're gonna do here is throw this out to get some damage out. Because ideally, you do want to have as many Bond debuffs on the field as possible. The only reason I'm using the Pierce card first is because it's easier to get through the shield with it. Not that I'm saying Escanor can't get through the shield, but it's much more, it's a lot easier. That's really good. I literally said last game that it's hard to kill him turn 1. There it was. But, yeah, it's ideally you want to have as many Bond debuffs on the field whenever you're attacking with him, because he gains stats because of it. But it's just nice, yeah, because I drew into the level 2, and that's pretty much the only reason that we were able to kill there as well. I think he would have been able to survive if we didn't draw that level 2 card. So, luckily, tanking that, which is great. But what I'm saying, though, is you want to attack with other characters first, then use Bond cards, if possible, just to min-max the damage a little bit. But either way. I do have double AoE here, but I kind of need to get rid of Bond more than anything. I think he had Tarmiel Link on his Bond, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Let's go ahead and seal this. I could push for an ultimate here, but you know me. I'm not a big I'm not a big fan of like ultimate play. If I fall into the ultimate, so be it. But I really don't like pushing for ultimates just because I feel like it's kind of a cheap win. So, I mean, he does have ultimate removal. He could potentially put on a dissolve. I mean, he's got some counterplay, and you know, it is what it is. Like, for example, he can stun my Escanor this turn. It's not really going to matter because I can just move this card to get myself unaffected. But you know, it doesn't. It's not going to make the world of difference, but. Anyway, I do have some more AoEs, which is nice. I think I should be able to seal Merlin and King here, so we should be able to continue kind of working on the Bond. I guess at this point we're just going to have to go for it, because I kind of want to get some of these cards out of my hand anyway, and we can draw ultimates. We're going to seal this ult, we're going to seal her cards and his Pierce card out of hand, so now he can't use a whole lot. He does still have his Bond that he can attack with. Ooh, dang. I might have been able to double single target, or double level 1 there. I'm not 100% sure that would have killed, but it might have been kind of close. He's going to ult removal on Bond. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if he has double ult removal or if those were Bond cards in his hand. Okay, attacking Escanor. He has a really good chance to still kill Escanor here. Alright, I think if he would have sniped, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad, but the Pierce card in general can do better damage if you're not going to crit. So, completely understandable there. I can still AoE seal. I really need my Bond cards, to be honest. So, let's AoE seal here. We're going to merge these cards out of hand. Actually, I think it would be better to not ult drain yet, because we can use that as a means of sealing, or like saving us next turn potentially. So we'll seal the AoE ultimates here. He only has one card that he can use. If it's an ult drain, he's probably gonna ult drain the Yuri here, which means I won't actually be able to get this off. But no Bond cards is really bad. I really need to get his ultimate if I want to finish this game off at this point. Who knows? Maybe I'll draw... If I can draw either an AoE for Yuri or a Bond card here. Alright. That's typical, I think. Let's go ahead and do it like this so that way I can gain my ultimate back. Because if I double ult drain, I'm not going to be able to get Yuri's ultimate. So, there's that. That is the one thing. If Escanor dies, the team loses a lot of momentum, and it's a lot harder to finish the game off. Luckily, you have the means to stall, but is it really worth it? I guess it comes down to how much you really want to win. Like if you're pushing for placement matches or something, or really trying to rank up, understandable. Stall as long as you need to, I guess. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a lot of time wasted kind of doing it like this. I think realistically, if it was just me playing, I would probably just chalk it up as like, oh well, and move on. Do we do this? I think we do, because we'll seal the Merlin. I'm afraid that I'm gonna, you know, this isn't gonna do a lot of damage. He does have full ultimate move gauge, so this should do okay. And then if I don't kill with the Yuri card here, which is very likely because he has Tarmio Link on, I'm going to disable Yuri. Which, so 160 there is a bit unfortunate. Okay, finally a Bond card. I can stance up and then use the Bond card so he can't ult drain me finally. And we do still get an AoE card. So the best thing about it is that it's all part of her passive. I don't actually have to rely on any of the card uses themselves. God, this match is lasting so long. Let me just tell you about it. I'm not even close to my ultimate anymore because he's dissolved me so many times. Oh, God. I think he's going to be the easiest to kill. I don't even know if it's worth me throwing this away anymore because I kind of want to pull the Bond combo now so that way I can try to actually get this going. God, this is lasting forever. I'm tempted to just come back on this one. I guess I'm going to leave this in just in case you're curious, but sudden death should be happening any moment now. We do get Bond combo and a level 2 combo, or not a level 2 combo, but a level 2 snipe card at that. So, we don't have a seal anymore. We don't have AoE seals, so I'm going to go for this. I'm pretty confident that kills. We're going to seal the ultimate on the Merlin, because that would be bad. Yeah, that doing that much, I'm pretty confident that this is going to be able to kill with a level 2. Nice. We finally get him off the field. That is probably one of the biggest, issues that we were having, is Bond was still alive. So we seal her. That's great. He does still have a card here, but I have a stance on just in case this is an ult removal, which I think it has to be. No, I forgot. I didn't seal him. So that could have potentially been an AoE on his part, the Pierce card, but luckily it was not. Okay, thank God. We're done. We're out of here. This ultimate should go pretty insane, so not going to be a big issue. I think I have one more game. I guess we'll just go ahead and throw it in. I think, right? I have one more ticket? I technically have 2 because it's all cooldown. We'll do one more because that was really long. Alright, we have an Angel team, surprisingly. I don't really go up against a whole lot of Angel teams, so this could be interesting. I think my best bet here is to try and get rid of Margaret, because I'm going to be dealing with debuffs here, and I really don't want a lot of cleansing. I don't know. That's going to be kind of a toss-up on that killing or not. Okay, we do actually kill. He doesn't have revive yet because it's literally my turn 1. So that's at least good. We have a little bit of Escanor cardage here. We could even potentially go for some AoEs to lower their damage dealt. Tristan does have a Solidify, which could potentially cleanse as well. I wonder... decent damage there. I think it might be best for me to just go ahead and kill the Tristan off. Oh, he's got... I mean, I could buff removal him. Is that worth it? Because she's going to have Tarmia Link on, I imagine. Yeah. He did attack me as well. I could disable Yuri. He did waste his Solidify. The odds of him drawing another one are probably pretty low. I don't think this is going to kill, but we're just going to double clap and seal the AoEs, hoping that he doesn't have a Solidify card here. And then, because he'll have to use single target, which, I mean, making him use the single targets might not be the best idea either, because single targets do, they do hurt. We're at decent HP there. We have some Bond cards to rely on. This will actually merge if he kills Escanor. We've already dropped a lot of damage off of Mael because we got rid of a character. So that's nice. There is not a stun, which is good. I think he has... Okay, maybe that wasn't enough stacks. I thought he had enough stacks there to stun me, but I guess not. At this point, we can seal AoEs again. And then try to... I don't know that this is going to kill the Elizabeth off in one go. But even if it doesn't, he'll have to use the single target to stun. Okay. No crit, but still killed. 309 is not bad at all. We now have ultimate in hand. We are pretty much good to go. So, I do really like the AoE seal. It's so cool. It's very helpful in a lot of scenarios. Because, like I said, the only team that's really not going to get, affected by it is the human team. So if you get like a mirror match, that's bad. But with the demon team being so relevant, Melee is just absolutely wild. Everybody's using him. So I just kind of doubt you're going to have to worry about it too much. Obviously, with the upcoming months, there is potential that Chaos Arthur is more than likely going to be the next festival character. And it should be sometime in the next month or so. That could potentially bring humans way back into the meta. They might be a lot more relevant. But... that is not right now. So, at least for now, you might be able to actually get some decent use out of Yuri and her passive. So, obviously, I honestly think it kind of went the same as the free-to-play showcase. I think I did lose a game or two in the free-to-play showcase. But for the most part, I mean, it plays pretty much the same. I don't think that her ultimate really affected too much. Obviously, with this account, we just have a higher chance of sort of going first. I think we were using evasion food on my showcase. So, I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. I guess with going second, because the enemies put rose stacks on themselves, you can still potentially have, or you can maybe have a better chance of sealing them earlier going second, but that might not be the best idea because you kind of want to deal some damage as quickly as possible. But, you know, Yuri does make you a little bit tankier as well, so could work out either way. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will have a Zahard showcase out later today. We'll get on that right now. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys later.